everyone's probably still waiting in the other live. See, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think Glenn has told them though.
Yeah.
It's going a bit echoey again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's live now. It says live.
Yeah, it is live. Yeah, there's one person in it. We get a sound check, but I think this is a really echoey line.
Yeah. I don't know why. It sounds all right on my end.
What I'll do quickly is I'll recap.
Hi.
Anybody in the room?
Yeah, is that? Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
I think it might be when we both talk. So no,
All
it's
right.
when I talk. It's when I talk. Hi, Liz. Can you let us know on the sound check? Because to me, it's sounding really echoey, and we can't seem to get it right. Maybe if I turn my volume down.
Is that better now? Yeah.
Sound from Fran, not good. Yeah, that's what I said. It's coming from me, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
What it's doing it. Yeah.
Rolling around on the bed in there.
I don't want this to be ruined though, and if I have to come off and do it again, then so be it. Yeah, no, it's me, isn't it? And Nathan, you're just gonna have to do all the talking. I'm gonna have to sit in silence. Never gonna happen. I might have to. All right.
All on the case.
I know I'm the issue, guys. I wonder if I can get on it through this one. Hang on. Evening, everybody. I'm really sorry. There's a bit of an issue with my phone, and so why I sound like I'm a... Is that still bad?
Saying I need to wear earphones. Is feedback off his phone. Do you reckon I should do that? Yeah, put my AirPods in.
Do you want to try it? Because
yeah.
I don't know why it's... It's feedback, so maybe turn the volume down on your phone, they're saying, a bit. I know, we're trying to fix it. That's why we set up another live. All right, I know it's me. Everyone's giving me a hard time here. Right, guys, how's that sounding? Oh, I think we've frozen. Literally, why is nothing run smooth? I don't know if I've lost Nathan. Have I frozen, guys, or is it just Nathan? Guys, is it just Nathan that's frozen, or is it me?
Is that better?
Right, okay, there you are. Right, okay.
I need to put my AirPods on.
It's
Hello?
Hello. Right, you was freezing.
No,
yeah, you was freezing a bit.
Yeah, I don't know why my AirPods aren't connected.
Maybe turn the volume down on your phone a little bit, they're saying.
Hello, is that all right now?
Right, guys, how was that sound check? Can you hear and see us both clearly?
My earphones aren't working. I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah, I know he's cutting out, but he's there now, isn't he? I can't hear the echoing now. Right, do you just want to say hello, Nathan, and just make sure we got this in the bag now?
Hello, sorry. Hi guys. Sorry, I can't really hear you at the moment, but I don't know if is it working?
Can you hear me, Nathan? Guys, if this does go tits up, I'm gonna do a pre-recorded video with Nathan, because he's frozen. So yeah, I know, guys, I know. Switch rooms. I'll tell him to go and sit in his bed. Guys, I'm so excited, literally. Oh, hang on. Yeah, you froze for ages. The guys are saying maybe
I've got
move
songs
rooms.
in the background. I mean,
you kept freezing. Well, evening, guys. Anyway, thank you everybody that's tuning in. We will get there in the end. We always do.
Hi, is that better now?
Yeah, I'm thinking that is better because you're not freezing. Yeah. Oh, it's the sound,
sorry.
though.
Is it no good now? No.
The sound's still bad, isn't it, guys? I'll just wait for a sound check, but I think it's still echoing a bit.
I don't know what to do, man. This is stressful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right, because worst case scenario, Nathan, we'll just do a pre-recorded video.
Right.
If need be.
I'll come back into the other room now anyway.
Some saying echoey, some saying better. Echoey. Right, if I just say hi. Yeah. No.
Hi. Is it no good?
People are saying, don't worry, it will sort. What I don't want to do, though, guys, I mean, Nathan's got such a huge story, and I'm absolutely buzzing for this, and I do not want it to be a shit quality interview.
Right, so try that. Is that better?
Right, how does that sound, guys?
Yeah,
no, I've got nothing open. I've got nothing open that I normally do. I've shut my laptop.
Yeah, I've shut everything off. Everything I have as well. Yeah.
Let me put my phone on airplane mode. It's called double audio. So how do we fix it, Tommy? Yeah, come on, universe. All right, shall I try it on my laptop? I don't know if I can log on. Why? Why tonight? I wonder. I don't know what it's doing. Let me find YouTube. Let me see if I can do this off my laptop, guys. I'm so sorry about this, Nathan. Yeah, that's all right. I don't know why it's doing it. I can't enter. What's that sound like now? No. Let me put this laptop on airplane mode, but it's never affected anything before. That's the bizarre thing. Hang on, let me turn the Wi-Fi off on that. Alright, that's got the Wi-Fi off on everything, so I don't know what else it is that's causing it. Yeah, I turned all my stuff off as well now. Everything's off. I wonder if I can get in on my other phone. It's on mute. What's on mute?
Just listen to Nathan.
I mean, guys, what are we going to do? Should we try and restart it again? Or third time lucky and I'll do it off my old phone? Or echo's not that bad? Or do you just want me to keep the talking to Nathan minimal and he can do all the talking? Smiley face to go ahead with this live, or sad face to start a new one?
Well, my sister said it's not bad now.
Oh, thank you, sis. All right, guys, listen, I'm gonna waffle quick because I've been so excited to have Nathan on. Honestly, like I'm so grateful for you coming on. What I'll do is I'll have to anyway, I'm just going to state now, any stupid comments, any inappropriate comments, you're getting blocked from my channel permanently. My mod is in the room tonight, guys, so Glenn, I'll do your thing. So Nathan, if you just want to tell us a little bit about your story, perhaps start from the beginning when you was a young lad.
Yeah, I was brought up in in the early 80s. Yeah, I come from quite a bad estate, and I just started getting into trouble. You know, I was like the problem child. That in them days there wasn't no ADHD or nothing like that. I was just a naughty kid. But you know what I mean. I just used to thrive off doing naughty things. You know, I didn't I wasn't scared of consequences or like it was just all a buzz for me, you know. And I just started off. My first ever offence was what I got convicted for was at the age of 13 was armed robbery on a petrol station, and I just thought it'd be fun to go and rob the petrol station, my local petrol station with no mask on. They knew it was me. He said to me, Nathan Brookes, why are you doing this? But at the time I was in the care of the local authority, so we didn't used to get in any trouble. You know, if the police got called, we got taken to the police station, and we just get remanded back into the care of local authority, and things just escalated. Like first of all, it was joyriding, doing robberies, and things like that. I was using recreational drugs at the time, like smoking cannabis, solvents, and things like that. And like I don't know, I was sent to prison on a 3 months detained sentence. And I admit, when I was on my way there, I was pooing myself. You know what I mean? Because the policeman was saying, "You want to run around with guns at 13 years old? Yeah, now you see what happens." And it was a big shock to me. You know, the first time I went to Feltham, because it was a really rough prison. You know, and I was classed as being from the countryside and all that. There was loads of little London gangbangers in there and that. And yeah, just that was my first sentence, but it didn't act as a deterrent for me. You know. Just carried on after that, you know.
Because it's kind of like once you've been in prison, it's your worst fear done, isn't it? Like once.
Yeah, that's it. Like when I got back to my local estate, in Reading, I was like a superstar. Like they would all ask me how it was and what was it like and what happened and all that. Like my first experience was quite bad. You know what I mean? I got into a fight after 3 days. Like it was quite brutal. Like in them days, the officers compared to now, they were they hated kids. Like we used to get penalised and borsalised. You know, they were still left with the borstal mentality. Like we weren't treated good. You know, there weren't no TVs, no nothing. You used to have to work hard to get everything. You know.
Shit. So yes, big up Reading because we're both from Reading. I can't believe such a small world. Sorry,
yeah, the D Road estate. That's where I'm from, innit? You know what I mean? So it was hard times them times. It was just coming out of a recession and things like that. I was only a kid, so I just used to like the nice things. So I was running around with a little team of guys, and we just used to do mad stuff, you know.
So I got right. Just to quickly, guys, can we just refrain from any questions till towards the end of the interview, just because it's just a big distraction. But they are just asking how old was you when you went in for the first time? Sorry.
Well, I got arrested when I was 13, yeah, but for the first offence, but they dragged it out through like the juvenile court. They sentenced me like 2 days after I was 15. As soon as I was eligible to go to prison, I went to prison 2 days after I was 15. You know.
Shit. So you go to prison. How long did you say you served? Sorry.
3 months detained. Like if you got 3 months, you done 3 months in them days. It weren't no half remission or nothing like that, you know.
So what happens then? You've done your first stretch. You come
Yeah,
out.
no, yeah. I was like, I got a bit of notoriety about myself. Everyone like started knocking around me, and like I didn't care about that. Like I didn't like to be honest. Like I suffered like some horrific abuse in like the earlier age, so I didn't even care about myself, let alone no one else. You know what I mean? So like, and I did try and reach out to the authorities and report the stuff that happened. They didn't take no notice, and so like I just really took my vengeance out on society. I know it seems bad, but at the time I was lost. You know, like I didn't care about myself, let alone no other consequences. You know.
You're not the first, and you certainly won't be the last to say that. So this happens, so you come out. So what's the next step?
Well, just doing more brazen and like worse things. You know, like started like doing more serious things, like burglaries, robberies, factories. Like I started just upgrading my crime kind of thing, you know, like I started knocking around with another few boys that I met in there, and like I brought them from like London to Reading, and we started like selling drugs, and you know, like it just got worse. It just escalated. It didn't get better. It got worse. You know what I mean?
Because you got yourself into some real sticky situations, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, like well, I robbed the wrong house one day. Like I thought it'd be funny. Me and my mates like were walking through like the pottery, the Watermead estate in Reading, like, and there was five of us walking through, and I went through a gate and pulled a patio door, and it was open, like, but I didn't know that it was an Italian mafioso's house. You know what I mean? So like, we robbed the house, we cleared it out. Unbeknown to me, it was a guy's birthday. That's why there was all gifts in bags and all that. Like, we had a field day in there, but I sold a pair of Moschino glasses to somebody, yeah, and Moschino wasn't about in England at that time, and the guy that I sold them to was seen working on a door in Reading, and he was asked by the people who he got it from, and he told them it was me, you know, like, so like my dad took me to them people, you know, like, because they were looking for me with knives, guns, and kidnapped my girlfriend's mum, and like they were hunting for me, you know. So my dad found me walking along the road, and he said, "Right, you little shit," he said, "now you've really messed up." He said, "You're going to be taught a lesson now." And he took me to him, you know, and they took me off, took me up to an orchard in Didcot, put a gun in my mouth. I'm not afraid to admit I pissed myself. I was only like 14, 15 at the time. And I pleading for my life, you know, but um, I promised them that it wasn't a targeted attack because of the people that it was. Like they thought that it was somebody had been sent to do that to them, you know. But like I like assured them that it wasn't. It was just opportunist stuff, and they took pity on me, and like I got the majority of the stuff back, you know. But yeah, I suffered a horrific beating. You know, I had thick welt marks like that with truncheons, like they were making me dig my own grave. It was really, really quite brutal, you know.
Jesus.
But like all that done is stop me burgling houses because I promised them I wouldn't burgle another house. But I didn't stop doing crime. You know what I mean? I just carried on. You know.
Jeez, God, I think I'd have done a lot more than piss myself if that happened to me if I had a gun put in my mouth.
Yeah, they
Jeez,
kidnapped
especially
my
so
partner's
young.
mum. Yeah, it was. But like I said, I had a blatant disregard for anything. I didn't care about authority, consequences. I didn't like I was just a wayward, lost child. You know what I mean? I didn't care. You know, like
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine you kind of like lose your soul and you just don't give a shit, do you? You just don't care.
yeah,
Sorry, I was just reading a comment. Yeah, you just don't care. You just okay. So you stop burgling houses. What
yeah. Then I
when?
started robbing drug. Then I started robbing drug dealers that I knew. I used to watch people and things like that, and like I started following people, finding stashes, and like it was just mad. Like I just like went on a little bit of a different path. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I didn't burgle no more houses. You know what I mean?
didn't you find a grow or something?
Yeah, that was shortly after that. That was mad actually, because where they took me to their wife's house, yeah, in the Potteries estate, like that was where it was. Like I was watching a house, kept seeing some people coming and going. Like I thought it was a DVD man. It was a DVD man. You know what I mean? Like, but I put a ladder up to the back of the window and I got in and I let my mate in the front door and it was full of like loads of like multi-disc players, you know, like for burning off DVDs. But in the other three rooms, it was a massive grow. You know what I mean? So I was filling up like, you know, the quilt cases and pillow cases with all this weed, and like the next minute, I heard the front door go, but my mate managed to get out in it. But the only way I could go was like into the kitchen. There was no way out because we're coming through the window. Like, so like he managed to get out, but they beat me with frying pans and fucking stabbed me in the leg with a screwdriver. Like I got a full beating, you know what I mean? But I managed to get out the door, you know what I mean? Out and like I know it sounds funny, but I still had a quilt case full of weed, so I thought it was a touch, you know what I mean? But like that could have ended very badly for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, at least you got something for the kick in.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they were like the triads. I don't know if people know about that. That's who they were. They were like a little collective of like vigilante Chinamen. You know what I mean? But they were hunting for me. They didn't find out after who I was. You know what I mean?
They are
Like
dangerous people. I remember back in the late 90s, they were big in the Reading area.
this was about not yeah. This was about 1995, 96 or something. You know, like them times there when they were doing all that stuff.
Yeah. No, I remember the reputation. I've got someone called Daniel, and he really wants you to know that he said hello. If you can see the comment.
Oh yeah, that's my mate. Yeah, that's Stannard. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, he's my pal. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the triads were. I remember like caught like I must have been about 18, so 98, literally. They was quite big, and then they kind of went like they was around for a few years, and then you kind of like didn't really hear about them anymore.
Yeah, they all went to London then after that. You know what I mean? They did. Like, yeah, I know. I remember all that. Yeah.
It's mad. I
That
can't
was,
believe you're from the same town still as well. So you have
yeah.
not learnt your lesson. I mean, you've nearly had your life taken at 14. You've got caught by these dudes a few years later. I'm gonna just try and refrain from talking so much because I can really hear it badly and it's annoying me. But if you just want to go through your story and just give us like an insight on your journey and how you ended up as an IPP prisoner.
Yeah. Like from then on, like, couple of years after that, like, my family moved from Reading to Bracknell. So, like, I went to the, like, Bracknell area, like, and then I had a little girl, like, my daughter's mum was pregnant. But that's when I started on, like, the harder drugs. Like, I was selling some stuff with some Jamaican guys and I wasn't taking it in the beginning, and then I started like smoking crack cocaine and heroin, you know, and that's when things really got out of control. And like even though I had a daughter, I didn't care about her, like because I was so hooked on the drugs. I know that sounds bad, I do now, but like at the time, I didn't care about no one or nothing, you know, like. And my crimes just escalated and escalated, like to the point where I was given in 2006. I committed an offence whilst under the influence of some contaminated heroin, and I ended up getting an IPP sentence. You know, but nobody knew what the IPP was. Like like when that lady called me to the office, Miss Doyle, she said, "Look, I need to sit down. Um, we've been informed by the Home Office that you're potentially getting a life sentence." I said, "Like, look, I haven't killed anybody. Like." it's only a stupid robbery. They were like, no, it's the escalation of violent behaviour that we are like going to give you one of these sentences. And about 3 weeks later, I was took to Reading Crown Court and I was given an IPP, an indeterminate sentence for public protection. But I was told that my tariff would be 1 year, 238 days, you know. So like I thought that that's what I would do and then get out, you know, but I didn't, you know. Like I've done 18 years altogether on that sentence, you know.
Jesus. And is that a straight stretch of like 18 years, or
Well,
have you gone in and out?
I've done 6 years, and then I got out, and I got recalled. I had domestic, and then I got recalled for common assault, spitting at a paramedic. Yeah, while I was intoxicated, and I got a 23-day sentence. Yeah, like, but because it was against like the police and public service people, they said that I had a blatant disregard for authority, and they made me go back and do every single offending behaviour course that I'd done. So I spent another 6 year, 4 months on recall, you know, like, and that was a very, very turbulent journey, you know, because I've been out and like I felt a bit of life for like 9 months, and then like it was taken away from me again. So I just lost hope. You know what I mean? I stopped caring about myself and was using drugs in prison, and I suffered a lot of like psychological damage, and like it was quite a bad journey for me, you know, till I got out again. You know.
And then you got out, and I'm guessing, did you go back in again after that?
Yeah, I got recalled during COVID, yeah, for being at my partner's address during COVID, yeah. Like, say it happened in my Jeep, yeah, it wasn't nothing to do with me. And they came to my partner's house because my car was, because I had a good business. I built up a good business as a ground worker, civil engineering. I had like people working for me. My life was perfect. And the police came regarding something that had happened in my Jeep that I'd left at our uncle's MOT centre, and then I was recalled again then, and that's like I spent another 17 months in prison then as well. But I lost everything: my relationship with my partner, my business, like all everything I built up. You know, I lost everything again. You know.
Go on, that's a lot. That's a real lot to lose. So how long have you been out now for?
For about nearly 7 months now.
Oh, so not long at
No,
all.
because I was recalled again after that. I've been recalled twice. I have 3 times. I've been recalled. Like I had I was doing good, yeah, and I was doing good, and I was working. I went to my ex-partner's for Christmas, and I said I felt ill, yeah, and I didn't know that at the time I had a flesh-eating bug, a bug called necrotizing fasciitis, and I went into a coma, and I like lost like the top of both of my legs, like all around my groin areas, like completely gone.
Shit.
When I came out of the coma, like there was no support for me because they were still like in COVID restrictions and all that. And, like I hate the way I looked. I hate the way I felt. I was diagnosed with emotionally unstable personality disorder, hypodelirium, and post-traumatic stress. And I went on to start using drugs again. I was trying to kill myself every day, if I'm honest. Like I know now that it is not the right thing to do, but like I did. I was just on a downward spiral again, you know. And I went out one night. I was begging the probation, the MAPA, the IOMS, everyone for help, and no one was helping me. So I went out one night and I just smashed the window, and I got recalled just so I could go and get well. You know what I mean? But like I'm better now. You know, like I've got like support, psychological support that I see every week, counsellors. I've got good relationship with my probation officer, with the IOMS. Like I've been doing a lot of productive stuff, you know, like I've got my life back now, like, you know.
Good.
Like,
I'm glad. That's like really positive to hear. I, I mean, I don't think anyone quite understands the consequences of giving someone an IPP prison sentence. You know, the damage that it causes. It's not helping. It does more damage than good. I'm really sorry. Because I can hear it echoing, so I'm trying
yeah.
to just literally keep it minimal. Guys, if you've got anything positive to say or any questions you wanna, can we just not bombard Nathan with like 100 questions at once, just to give it a little bit of break from me echoing, but I have got stuff to say. I might even actually come and comment in there.
Yeah, I can't even see the comments. They're going fast.
Okay, what
Yeah, and
I'll
I
do
can understand. Like, I can see, like now, like I understand, like people are saying, like if I'd have burgled their house, like it's karma, yeah, and I do believe that, yeah. But because I'm doing good now, I went away and I've got my life back in order. Like I've been clean off drugs, like 21 months. I've been clean from drugs. I don't cause no trouble no more. I've got a positive support network. Like I've rebuilt my life for the best. I've made more progress now in the last 7 months than I have in the last 20 years. You know what I mean? Just by like engaging with support services, like getting help, speaking out, telling my truth. Like I know some people may think that some of the stuff I'm saying is like out of order, but I'm only speaking my truth. You know what I mean? I've made a lot of mistakes, yeah, but I have been like a slave to that system, like the IPP. If I hadn't have had the IPP sentence, maybe I could have sorted my life out before. But hindsight is a mad thing. Like all I can do now is try and do the best I can and like make productive steps every day, you know, to ensure I don't get in any trouble anymore, you know.
Yeah, can we be respectful of Nathan? Okay. I was going to say, I want to be really respectful because I don't agree. Nathan, I'm an ex-drug addict myself.
Yeah.
I've done some bad things that, you know, I'm not, you know, like I'm ashamed to admit, but I don't care. I quite openly say it. Unless you've been a drug addict yourself, you have no idea what it does to you and how it destroys you and how all your morals go and how, you know, you don't give a shit about anyone. No one matters. It's just about feeding your habit, doing what you got to do and surviving in life. And I don't care what anyone says. No one deserves IPP prison sentence. You deserve to do your sentence, 3-4 years, whatever you get, and you should be rehabilitated. So, you know, there's always going to be someone that has no understanding from the other side, and I get it. No one actually knows the damage it causes people. You know, when someone's come up in the house. But you know, and everyone's allowed to have their opinion. But at the end of the day, this is my channel. You're a guest on my channel, so be mindful in what you're saying. I'm gonna go into a rant, and I don't want it to keep echoing.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Like everyone, like everyone, I'm still a slave to that system now, but since I've been out, I'm writing a book now at the moment. It's called My Journey Through the IPP. Like the IPP stands for Indeterminate Sentence with Public Protection. But my book is My Journey Through the IPP, an impossible prison punishment. Because no matter what you do while you're inside, yeah, they're always moving the goalposts. Like you can complete all of your sentence plan, and then a new course will come up, and then make you do that. Like it's just like monotonous stuff you've got to continue keep doing. Do you know what I mean? But they say that it's to protect the public. But at the end of the day, like there's still like over 3,000 people. That sentence was abolished in 2012. Yeah. So we should have all been off that since 2012. It's nearly like that's nearly 12 years later. Like there's still me and thousands of other people like suffering every single day. Like if I go along the road and spit on the floor, yeah, and a policeman sees that, like I could be recalled to prison, like, and then I lose everything I've done for something that you wouldn't even get a ticket for. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's why I'm writing my book. Is about my journey through that time. I'm not glamorizing what I've done. Like I can accept, but what I've done, I made a mistake. Yeah. And I did deserve to be punished for that. But you know what I mean? But I don't, not for my whole life. It's took my whole life, my whole identity, you know, like I'm just a statistic. You know what I mean? I just want my identity back so I can continue to live my life, you know?
No, 100%. I totally disagree with it. You know, not enough is done about it. There's actually a woman that's on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen her. She was on Banged Up. She's got a
Yeah,
petition on her page that she's doing for IPP prisoners because obviously she's an
yeah, Shirley.
ex-officer.
Yeah, she's a nice lady, she is. And Shirley De Bono, she's got like a thing. There's like loads. There's Justice for IPPs, Joe Outlaw. There's loads of people. Like there's people in jail, like on rooftops most days. Yeah, because they're suffering from this IPP, like Joe Outlaw and people like that. They're like people are still trapped there. I'm lucky, yeah, like, and I know that I've messed up a few times, yeah, like, and been recalled, yeah, but like it's for misdemeanors, it's for things that you wouldn't even get a fine for, like. So I don't agree that I should still be on it. Like, fair enough, I should have been punished for the crime that I did, yeah, and I have. I've done since 2006. It's now 2024. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not fair.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, let's rewind a bit. Like, you clearly had some shit happen to you as a child. So you was neglected in the system to start with, and this is the problem, is they are too quick to sentence people without investigating why are they where they're at. Are they just an asshole that just likes to go out and rob people? Or have they got an addiction? Why have they got an addiction? And still there still should be a consequence. I think if we burgle house, I sold drugs, 100% I should go to prison, but that whole IPP shit, coming in, coming out, going in and out, all they've done is caused you more damage at the end of it all anyway. Oh, I think I've lost you, Nathan. Hang on.
And
sorry, I couldn't hear you. Go on.
In 2009, yeah, I actually had the courage to report the sexual abuse that I suffered as a child, yeah, and there was a trial, yeah, at Reading Crown Court, yeah. The judge that actually sentenced me, Judge Zoe Smith, she was the one sentencing my abuser, and I know now that she realised, yeah, what I was telling was the truth. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people go to court, sob stories and that, and I told them in my mitigation, like my lost childhood, and she actually had to sentence my abuser, and she realised that I think that she realised that she made a mistake. You know what I mean? So, like. But at the end of the day, what's done is done now. Like, all I can do now is try and build my life as good as I can. Like, I've got a beautiful, nice flat now. I've got positive support network. I'm building all of my relationships back with my family. Like, I've got a few close friends. Like, don't hang around with no like unsavory people. I try and do as much productive stuff now, like, in order to like help me but help other people. Like, I've been offered a job like mentoring young kids, like with an ex-police officer, so I'm going to be going around schools and like giving my testimony of what's happening and trying to like deter them from going down the same path that I did, because I didn't really have no one to tell me what I was doing was wrong. Like, all the people that I was around, they used to gas me up for the stuff that I did. Like it was like, if you're from my area, it was like it was accepted in those days, like. So, like, now I want to try and go on my journey to help other people and inspire them to make other better choices. I'm writing a program at the moment called Building Better Lives, and I'm trying to use that to help them bridge any difficulties now that they've got to build a better life from their negative experiences, and speak out and be honest. And if they are suffering, or they're in a bad home, or they're in an abusive relationship, or whatever, like, to speak out as early as they can, yeah, so they don't have to be like a victim of their circumstances. That's what I'm trying to do now. That's why I've come on here. I'm trying to spread my word a little bit.
No, that's amazing, Nathan. It really is. And they need more people out there. What you're doing, I'm trying to find a way to get rid of this jar in me. There should be so many. I think you'll make such a difference to, like, I think we've had the conversation, and I said it before. If you make a difference to 1 out of 100 lives, that's amazing, because it's one less person lost in the system and neglected.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's mad, like, because all of the like, I got took off at IOMS, yeah, and the other day, and she was like, "I'd like to welcome you as a colleague, not a client." Like, so it's good, like, because she's going to be working alongside, because she's like a police officer. Like, not that I'm working with the police, but it's all partner agencies, yeah. Like, so, like, I'm going to be trying to, the people that are getting in trouble, like, going to try and help them not make the same mistakes. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot worse now. You know what I mean? People running around with knives, stabbing each other, and it's a lot more worse now than it is when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I want to try and do. That's my journey now, anyway. My little pilgrimage, what I'm on.
No, it's amazing. And the thing is you have to work with the police on this one, because they're the ones that are going to get you with the young offenders. They've probably got more chance of getting you into places to do the talks, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So it's not about, you know, you say work with the police, people take it totally the wrong way, but mate, you're doing the right thing, and you know it's such a positive thing, and they need more people like you out there doing this stuff, because like you say, back in our day, people would just have a punch up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, now they're all pulling out zombie knives. Like my friend got chopped down the face by a young kid. You know what I mean? Like over a stupid argument. You know, like now he's scarred for life. You know what I mean? But like I don't. I want to try and stop people being a victim now. You know what I mean? Because you're a victim of your circumstances. You know what I mean? If you change your circumstances and try and use your time productively and go to the gym or go to groups, you know, like you will get out of it. That's what's got me out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the problem, is they think it's so cool, and they all think that they've just got to be you know, in this gang, and but people are going away for, they're going away for life for stabbing someone for no reason.
Exactly, yeah, to look good in front of their friends, and it's not crime's not glamorous, you know. It's not like at the end of the day when you're sat in that cell, yeah, like all alone, yeah, like it's only like like prison wasn't a deterrent for me, you know, because I was stuck there. But cannot envision myself being back in the cell. I would like I hate it, you know, being so lonely, being isolated, cut off from everyone, not seeing my family. Like my daughter's 23 now, yeah. Like when I went to prison, she was 4 years old. Like I haven't got any relationship with her due to the circumstances that I was stuck in prison. You know what I mean? Like that breaks my heart every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like like all of my family members that I've lost while I've been in prison, going to funerals in handcuffs, you know, like all of my senior members of my family have passed away, you know, like I don't want to be back in that situation again, you know what I mean?
No, of course. Is Lindsay Brooks your sister, or is it the wife? She's at your
My
door.
door, one sec. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. Don't be silly.
Hi,
Someone's calling.
I'm in Earlings. Have you been watching it, yeah? Yeah, sorry, I'm back now.
No, you're all right. There's a lot of love in here, Nathan. A lot of love. But if I start reading them all off, it's just gonna annoy everybody. What was prison like for you? Did you get on? Did you get into fights?
Yeah, I had quite a lot of most of my time in my local prisons, I just get into trouble. You know what I mean? So what I try and do is I try and like take myself away from them local establishments and go to other jails. Like I've been in most of like high security prisons, and like I've suffered some brutal fucking shit while I've been in there. You know, like violence and like from gangs and stuff. You know, like I've had some mad situations. Like I've fucking was smoking that spice stuff, like synthetic cannabinoid, and I lost my mind, and I had to have psychiatric care, like be locked in a padded cell. You know, like I've had some very bad experiences in my later time in jail. You know what I mean? So that's what's put me off going back there. You know?
Yeah, because that's what it's all about in prisons now. It's a spice, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah.
It's absolutely riddled. I know so many girls that had never touched spice before that touched it in prison for the first time, and I
Yeah.
watched it destroy some people as
Yeah,
well.
soul destroying. I've seen people like have like everything in their cells, like stereo Xboxes. Like they take that next day, they're like walk a couple of weeks. They're walking around in prison clothes with nothing, but it bankrupts you like spiritually and mentally. You know, like and when you come off of that stuff, is even worse. You know what I mean? That's when the psychological stuff hits you. You know what I mean? Like my sister who's just turned up now, like she had to visit me in Swellside prison, and my head was gone. Like I thought that the IRA were tunneling into the prison to kill me, and like I had to be isolated in segregation in a psychiatric unit, like to get well. You know what I mean? Like it was very, very, very traumatic time for me. You know?
Yeah, no, and I know it's bad because this young girl, she was only like, I don't know, maybe 19, never touched drugs before. She was my neighbour. I'll try and keep the story minimal, guys. Basically, in a nutshell, the TV, she said, would come on, and it would be a game show man, and it was telling her that the whole landing was against her, and we were all going to smash her head in if she come out of the cell. She absolutely lost the plot.
I've done that as well. I thought that. I went on hunger strikes and that because I thought that they were poisoning my food and that. You know what I mean? Like all I'd eat was sealed stuff off the canteen. You know, because my head was gone. Like in my cell, sharpening shanks up all day, like in case I open the door and that. You know what I mean?
It's mad because women. Well, I can only talk for the 2 prisons I was in, but they didn't have shanks. And obviously, speaking to Glenn, the other IPP prisoner, I do believe is in the room tonight. He said about them having shanks and stuff, and it's just, and even the ex-officer saying about guys stabbing each other up all the time. But it wasn't like that when I was in prison.
Yeah, like when I was in Swaleside, like I've seen people have their faces melted. I've seen their whole bodies melted with hot oil in a pan. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the geezer, like, I was in the kitchen cooking, like, 'cause we were on a food boat, and I saw a pan there. I didn't think nothing of it. Then a guy came in and he just swilled the guy with it. His whole face melted, and he went like that with a bit of that blue kitchen roll, and his nose come off in his hand. Like, it's proper brutal. Some of the shit I've seen in there is like you wouldn't ever want to see in your worst nightmares. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do that in the women's prison.
I haven't thought about prison, since I've been out. But I said to my niece yesterday, like last 2 nights before this, I had dreams about being in prison. I think it was because I knew that I was going to be talking about this. But like, it's not a good look. Like, don't get me wrong, you meet some real good people in there. Some of my friends now, like, are better friends than from my childhood that I've met in jail. I still stay in contact with them. I still send a few of them money, because I know that it's hard in there if you haven't got no support. And I do bits of running around for them and that, but I don't want to be going back there, So that's why I like doing this kind of stuff, because it reinforces like where I don't want to be, but where I have been. Do you know what I mean? Because like it's not a good look, like life is so much better on the outside. Even when before, when I used to have bad days, I used to go out and take drugs and that. Now I don't. I just go for a walk down a river, or I go and see my family. I don't resort back to those old behaviours that could put me back in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and that's amazing. You should be so proud of yourself as well, because it's not that easy, especially when you use drugs for such a long time, to come out and turn your whole life around. And obviously you've been through hell and back. You still struggle a bit now, obviously, with mental health. I don't, who kind of doesn't. It's a lot. It's a lot. Prison is a lot. So
I've got some really good support now. Like what I've been asking for all my life, is to do some trauma-based therapy, like to try and get rid of those like demons that have sent me back to using drugs or doing crime or not caring or having emotional breakdowns. And now I work with a team called the ERMs, they're pathfinders, and like I sent you the thing today, didn't I? What I done with them, like. So now I've got like a little passport that I've got when I'm dealing with professionals, and I give it to them and I say, look, this is what I've suffered with. This is what like. So I've got some really, really good support now that I haven't had for like a long time. Like I've had my family support, but because I was so ashamed of what I was doing, like I never used to be around my family. Like I'd be off on my own tangent. I wouldn't like seek support from them, you know what I mean? Like, because I was embarrassed,
Yeah.
But I've got like they say, your network, is your net worth, and I feel rich with what I've got, you know what I mean? Like what I've got at the moment, and it's keeping me on a good path,
No, and that's good. You're really lucky, because not everybody has that support, family and friends wise. But you seem like a really nice, genuine guy. So, it's good, and it's a shame, because again, this is where the system fails. Because why is there not support? Why was there not, counselling and all that sort of stuff way in the beginning?
Because like now it's mad. Like all of the authorities what were against me are now supporting me. Do you know what I mean? But it's only because I've told the truth and I've been honest and I've explained how I feel and my resentments that I've got towards them and what I want to get done. Like, I've been honest, brutally honest. I think honesty is the most paramount thing that's making it work for me. You know, like, I don't tell no lies now. I'll be straight with everyone. If I'm pissed off, I'll tell you I'm pissed off. If I'm upset, I'll speak out now. You know, like, for years, like, I was taught, like, you better not tell no one what's going on, like, in the house. Like, you know, like, it was beat into me. Those, it's like they call them schemers, yeah. So because I had all those schemers as a child, I didn't break from them at all, you know, like, and it was just embedded in me. But now I speak out and be honest, I tell the truth, and, like, if I need help, I ask for help now, you know.
Yeah, that's what I always do. You know, some people say to me, "Oh, what would you say to your younger self?" And that is like, reach out for help. Like, you know, I wouldn't have landed up on drugs if I'd have. But it wasn't like that though when we were kids, was it? There wasn't help. You couldn't just talk to people. There was not mental health workers and stuff like that when we were teenagers.
Yeah. They just used to send me to that Brownlow Road, you know, that naughty place on, like, by South, by Tylehurst Road, like the youth offending project. But they
Oh
never
yeah,
they never used to help us. They used to reward bad behaviour. Like, in them days, like, if I was naughty, if I went and smashed all the windows in his children's home, like, they'd say, right, if you stop, we'll take you go karting or we'll give you a clothing grant. So, like, I learned to manipulate the system. You know what I mean? Like, all the way through. Like, you know, like, because I did reach out for help when that stuff happened. And I never got it. So I just thought, you know what? I went against the authority. You know? Yeah, that's it. August House. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
what do you think they could do different for young offenders now? Like what would you like to sort of
Well,
achieve? Obviously,
I just think, yeah, that people should explore first and forefront how the actual individual is feeling, yeah, like, and explore those feelings. Ask them if they understand their feelings, you know, because, like, you don't have, like, as a young child, like, you don't have like, you don't know about emotions and feelings. It needs to be explained to people. Like, this is a natural thing if you're feeling scared or if you're guilty or you're unsure or jealous, or, like, they need to be able to explain how young people can deal with these emotions, you know, and, like, you know, I think that's the most, because we weren't taught no emotions, no feelings, you know what I mean, as a child, you know.
yeah. That's what I mean. Even I had like such a normal, you know, what you'd call a normal upbringing, loving family, but it wasn't normal to talk. Like I thought I was real tapped in the head until I went to prison and I done rapped and I learned about the addict's mind, you know. So
Yeah,
I always
well,
just
yeah.
thought I was alone in my own head. I thought I was so different to everybody else, um, because no one spoke. Depression wasn't even a thing.
No, it wasn't. Like, I did the rap course as well, and, like, that was what, like, when I first, like, got off drugs. I was off drugs for over 2 years. Now. I was doing really well. Like, that was one of the most, like, because I always blagged it. Yeah, like, when I was in jail, I can't do the rap because I'm on DFs because I've got bad ankles and all that. You know, like. But then when I did do that course, that helped me really well, and I did get out, and I was doing really well. Like, but that makes you look at your real self, your inner self, you know, like, all those broken promises to your family, letting people down. Like, it makes you go to the root cause, yeah. And, like, like, you find yourself when you do those courses. That's why the other day I was asking, um, like, we're on the other podcast, like, what was the best course that you did? Like, one of the most best courses I did when I was in prison was building better relationships, yeah. Because I was brought up in, like, an abusive, like, surroundings, yeah. I thought that was normal to me, you know, and I have been out of order to my partners in the past, neglected and been verbally abusive, you know, I've been a bastard, I admit it, yeah, but I'm not like that no more because I did that course and it let me know, yeah, like, how to deal with real relationships, you know, and deal with my emotions and regulate my behaviors, you know.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's amazing, isn't it? Because people say that, you know, prison doesn't help, prison doesn't do X, Y, and Z, but I actually think that there are some really good courses. I mean, like I said, the Raptor was life changing for me, and obviously the course you've just explained clearly was a huge change for you as well. But I just think the amount of sentences they give, how long, and this whole IPP thing is backwards as hell.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, hopefully, yeah, like the more like it's in the IPP, like is in like the public speculation at the moment, like on about changing all these things. Yeah, but really, it like it should all be abolished. Yeah, because it was in 2012. So like something will happen. Yeah, but that's why I'm writing my book at the moment. Yeah, like to say how it was for me. I'm going to go and take a copy of it to the Buckingham Palace, yeah, and to 10 Downing Street as well. Like once it's finished, yeah, like because they don't really know like the turmoil and the stress and like the talk. It's like it's an emotional torture every day. Like you know what I mean. I still now, even though I don't do nothing wrong, like if I hear the door knock, I get shook, mate. Like I think it could be the old Bill. I think fuck, like walking along the road, like I see a police car, like I don't run like I used to, but it still like sets my nerves off. Every time I go to probation, I go to probation prepared, knowing that I've got cash in my wallet, yeah, like in case I get recalled, like, and I don't carry cash except from probation days. Like it's mad, like just in case something happens. You know what I mean? Because for the most trivial thing, you can be put back in prison. You know what I mean? And it's not fair, you know? Like,
That's yeah, sorry, that's no way to live. I still get nervous when I see the old bill go past because I'm still on license. I get that nervous feeling because obviously you when you sell drugs for a long time, you get it's just natural. And I'm not even like doing anything wrong. So I can't imagine how you must feel because literally they could just put you away for absolutely any reason they want to, and that's not fair. Like you've done
like
so
every
long.
time I go to probation now, like, I normally tell my sister that I'm on my way to probation, and as soon as I come out, I let her know that it's all right. You know what I mean? Like, because every time I go in there, I get anxious. You know what I mean? Like, anything can come up. Like, even though I don't do nothing wrong, like, it can be anything. You know, like a negative attitude towards authority, or like it could be a clash of like personality. Anything can put me back in jail. You know what I mean? Like, so I just pray every day that I get off of it. You know, and I'm just doing so much work to get towards positive. The more positive stuff I do, it's going to endorse me getting this off. Like hopefully soon. Do you know what I mean? Because like my case will go back in front of the parole board in like August. Yeah, so I don't know. But I pray that I get it took off then. You know, like I haven't been in no trouble, no warnings. I've like my risk has now been reduced after 18 years from medium to low. I'm on green on IAMS. I'm like the lowest I've been now, like in like of risk level, you know. So hopefully that can contribute towards me getting off of it, you know.
Yeah. No, yeah, and I hope so as well. So so they because obviously there's no such thing as the IPP sentence given out now, right? That's been abolished.
Exactly, yeah. That's
So
what I say to these people, yeah. Like I say to like even the parole board when I go on the parole board, because I'm quite clever with the law. Anybody that endorses my detention is actually committing a criminal offence. You know what I mean? Because that was found to be unjust, barbaric treatment, torture, and care. So anybody that even endorses a negative comment on my file, yeah, is agreeing that an illegal sentence is okay. So like it's not right, you know what they're doing is actually committing a criminal offence. Like you've got the UN, a lady called Jackie Edwards, yeah, she's from the UN, yeah, like because she's a specialist on torture and like crimes against people, you know, genocide and things like that. She's like a key like barrister and that. Even she is like pilgriming for us to come off of it, you know, because it's not fair what they're doing, you know. Like I've done my tariff ended in 2008. You know what I mean? That's 14 years over tariff I am now. Well, hang on, 16 years over tariff I am. Do you know what I mean?
that's
Like the
madness.
equivalent of the sentence I've done 18 years, yeah. So like they double that, don't they? Plus take a third off, yeah, for guilty. So that's like nearly a 60-year sentence that I've done. And all the other IPPs that are still stuck in prison now, they've nearly done a 60-year sentence for like a stupid robbery, like a couple of £100 robbery, you know? Like you could go in a bank and shoot everybody and get 20 years max. Do you know what I mean? It's mad how it works, you know?
Yeah, it's backwards as hell. I mean, I know someone that went in for was it street robbery, robbing a phone? There was a girl, that was it, a girl inside, because there's a boy that had it, and he done a burglary, I think, but he done a burglary for the second time and then got the IPP sentence. And then a girl that done street robbery, and she done double figures. She got out, got recalled, then she got out again. Now she's recalled it again.
That's what I'm saying. Barbaric. The system is barbaric. Like it's like it don't make sense. How can you be like? That's what I say to the probation. Like, how can you be recalled for a sentence that don't exist? That's impossible. Do you know what I mean? How can you be recalled on a sentence that don't exist? It's true, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Glenn's in here. He commented saying that if they take their time, I get nervous. I'm constantly looking for signs things ain't right. My license removal was with parole board now, but he said I agree, but they say it was legal when it's given. That's how they get away with it.
Yeah, it's not fair. Yeah, but it's not illegal now, is it? It's been abolished. You know what I mean? Like that guy Glenn, I watched his podcast the other day, and like I can see like he's the same as me. He's still traumatized every single day, yeah, by what he does. Like you don't understand some of the stuff what we've had to endure, like the people that we've had to be around, and like it's nuts. Like what, like fair enough. If I do a crime, I hold my hands up, yeah, and like I accept, yeah, I've done wrong, yeah. But I'll do the time for the crime. Like I'm being punished for something that I done in 1993. Like that's the reason I got the IPP. Like because I had a previous robbery in 1993 and an attempted robbery in 1995, I now get an IPP. Like how can you be punished for something in the past? Fair enough, that can be taken into consideration, but that shouldn't be the main two contributing factors that endorse, yeah, your detention. It shouldn't be like a life sentence. Like that was invented for like the most serious sexual offenders and the most dangerous violent offenders, not petty criminals that are lost through drugs and abusive past and stuff like that. It's not fair, you know, like but I accept if I do wrong, I'll do the time, the same as everybody does, you know, like and crime I'm not glamorizing no crime or trying to play down like what happens, you know, like I'm responsible for my actions, you know what I mean? But we shouldn't be a slave to the system. Like my sentence is still going to be running probably 40 years after I'm dead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
How does that make sense?
that's what I'm saying. You can kill someone and their life, they'll be out after 25 years, obviously, if they get parole, but then your life is life. Like, you're going to the grave with that IPP sentence.
Yeah, like I got my OPP when I was 28. Yeah, I'm 46 now. Do you know what I mean? It's nuts.
I mean, this is a fair comment. It says, and all the people who harm kids, etc., are allowed to walk free and be sent back to home to live next door to kids who have no idea who they are and what they've done. It's sick that you're treated worse. And I bet there's no people that have messed around with kids that have got IPP, stuff like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm gonna, like, when I finish my book, what I'm gonna do under the Data Protection Act, I'm gonna request, yeah, how many offenders of each categorized, because like your category one, category two, like I'm gonna request that, yeah, and how many people were sentenced under each like category, yeah, like, and I'm gonna put that in my book as well. You know what I mean? But I'm getting other like snippets in it from other IPPs, their journeys and stuff like that. So like, be good to like link up with Glenn as well because he can be contribute towards this. The more people that speak out about this, the better. You know, like we need to be a force. Like they've been against us for so long, and so we need to all like be in correlation to get these voices heard. You know, so like, because there's still over 2,300 people that have never even been released at the moment. That was the only number that I could get, you know, for today's thing. Like 2,300 people still serving an IPP sentence, you know.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's like four prisons that I was in. So like the last prison I was in held 250 women. Like, no, that's more. That's 8. What am I talking about? That's like, imagine how many prisons they could be freeing up, how many beds. You know, people are absolutely lost in the system.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And like they had a thing about, like, I went on a hunger strike when I was in jail because they said like it was all in the public domain and that they were going to re-sentence us all, yeah. So all of us would be time served, yeah. So we wouldn't have no license. Then they changed that, like to say, oh, after 5 years of being in the community, that you could have it took off, like so. Like they just all they keep doing is moving the goalposts. Every time we get a bit closer to like having some like ramification and it being sorted, they change it, or like a different ministry justice ministers put in place. You know, like we've got quite a good one at the moment. Yeah, like he's for it at the moment. But like even the guy that David Blunkett, yeah, the guy that invented that sentence, he said it was the worst mistake he ever made. He's a blind guy, yeah. Like I saw him in Coldley Prison. He said it was the worst mistake he'd ever made by imposing that sentence, you know. And that was the actual guy that put it into effect, you know.
I bet if people wanted to just whack him up. What a comment to make. Glenn has just thank you for the new subscribers. Glenn has just commented, can I give you his number? So Glenn, who was the IPP guy that was on last week that you just mentioned.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Because more people that get together and like, because like we need to do something about it. You know what I mean? Because it's not fair being stuck on this sentence. It's barbaric. It's been in 2000. I think it was the 10th of September 2012 that it was abolished. You know, so like it's not fair that everyone's still stuck on it. You know, it's it's a constant drain on our lives. You know, and like the effects. Yeah, like there's so many people in jail. Yeah, I'm fortunate. Yeah, because like I did mess about in prison. Like I lost hope for a few years, but then I learned how to play the game, play the system. You know, doing the courses. But there's some people that are left with no hope, sat in their cells, cutting their wrists, smoking drugs, like doing protests. I don't care. They've lost their identity. There's like them two, probably out of them 2,300 people that are still in jail, there's probably at least 800 people of them. They're lost souls. They don't even care whether they're getting out, you know? Like, and that's a sad thing, you know, because they know what the potential that they're getting out to, the risk of recall. Like, you have to be put in hostels with sex offenders, and like, it's not a good look, you know, like it's a hard journey, you know, like, but I just like, you know, like I just want people to be off this sentence, you know, because it's not a good thing, you know.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like it's, yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone in their right mind would be a fan of the IPP sentence, and something really, really does need to get done about it. And I think it's quite inspiring that it's not just prisons as well. You know, like I mentioned earlier, you've got the ex-prison officer who done banged up. You know, she's campaigning against it. So it's just about you guys all getting your heads together and becoming one massive, powerful team rather than trying to
That's
fight
what
it alone.
I'm not against the system. Yeah, prison's there for a reason. Yeah, it's there for the punishment. It's there for deterrent. Yeah, like I'm not against the prison, and like it's not even the prison's fault. Yeah, like they're under resourced. There's not enough courses, places on courses for people. The staff, like there's inexperienced staff now. Like they like the whole justice system is under strain. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing in place for nobody. You know, like what they do is they give you like an incentive. Oh, if you don't get no warnings for a couple of months, you can have an Xbox. Like, what is that? Like, you need to be trying to help these people get out of prison. You know what I mean? And rebuild their lives and giving them life skills and like teaching them the way to survive when they do get out. Because that's when the big journey starts. It's easy when you're in there, but when you get out, it's the hardest part. You know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, even just for myself, I served just under 4 years and I struggled for 2 years coming out to find my feet. So God knows after doing 6 years and then going back in and then coming back out again and, like you and Glenn, like that must have been real tough.
Yeah, and there's like even like the probation and like the probation service, like there's nothing in place. They don't put nothing in place for you. Like it's only through failing a few times that I've actually now got it in the right path. You know what I mean? Because I'm learning from my mistakes. But you shouldn't have to. You should be given the support. You should be given the like extra services, you know, like you should be signposted to the right people to help you on your journey, but they don't do that. You have to find your feet yourself, and that's a sad thing, you know what I mean? Because we're already lost people, we lost souls, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Lucy, there is a petition. That's what I was just talking about. There's a lady on TikTok, an ex-prison officer, and she done the acting in Banged Up. She has it on her page to get this abolished. And Glenn's asking, did you have a GPS?
Mine comes off in 2 weeks. I'm still on it. Like
Mhm.
mine's off in 2 weeks. So like even that's what I'm saying. Like even when I'm get out of prison, I'm on that GPS. Like everywhere I go, every movement I do, yeah, is mapped. Like every person I come into contact with, like it pings their Wi-Fi to my thing. So like I can't be around no dodgy people. Like well, it could be if I wanted to be, but I don't hang around those kind of people. But like every moment of my day is monitored at the moment still, you know what I mean? I don't, it's not just going probation every couple of weeks. Every minute of my day is monitored. Everywhere I go, every road I cross, you know, like it's just like why am I so important? They got to watch me all the time. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm going out committing crimes. It's nuts. And like I don't know if Glenn's on it at the moment.
Yeah.
She's not
Oh,
good.
yeah, he is. Yeah, he's only been out 5 months and he's still on his, he said.
Yeah, you got to sit with your leg like on a plug like for 2 hours of a night time to charge it up. It's mad. You know what I mean?
He was just
Like
saying he.
mine was like she applied for mine to be took off about 6 weeks ago. Yeah, like early. Yeah, but still nothing's happened. Like I'm still on it now, but I've only got 2 more weeks left and then I'm off it.
Well, good. At least you're nearly off it. It's just a control thing, isn't it? Again, it's like it's ridiculous. It's not like you went out on a like massive like killing spree or something, you know.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I'm going to
Parliament.
hoping this is off next month.
Yeah, I can't wait. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I've even got nothing extravagant to do. You know what I mean? Like. It's not like I'm gonna go out and throw my legs in the air like and fucking try and get pissed out my head and out my head like but it's just not nice, is it, having it on your leg? You can't put a pair of work boots on to go to work. Like that's what I'm saying. They control everything you do. Like you're not allowed to seek employment without telling your probation officer. You're not allowed to have an overnight stay without telling your probation officer. Like, why is it so like important? Like that they want to know everything we're doing. But I'll tell you why, because it's a control police state. That's what it is. It's mapping you, it's profiling you. Like for what reason? I don't know where all this like data's going or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, but at least you're gonna, you know, even whether you're gonna do anything or not, at least you've got that. It's just that one little bit of freedom back. You know, that's just
Yeah,
another little bit.
like I'm going like when my tag comes off, I think a couple of days later I'm going to the O2 to watch UB40. We've got a box at the O2, so with my sister, so it's gonna be
Oh,
a good night.
nice.
So I've got that to look forward to. That's the only reason I want it off, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, amazing. Sounds like you've got a really good sister.
Yeah, I piss her off quite a bit, but like she's been like my sister's sat through like she's been there for me on my parole board. She's come sat on my parole board. She's sat on the sexual abuse cases against me. Like she's been my rock. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like I'm improving my relationships with my family now.
yeah,
Hopefully they don't worry about me no more. You know what I mean?
she put, yeah, he does. As in, yeah, you
Yeah,
do piss her off.
yeah, I know. Yeah,
That's
but yeah, but at least like because like I nearly died. You know what I mean? Like 2 years ago, just over nearly 2 years ago, like I woke up from that coma, like my sister, like Nathan, there's been a terrible accident. Like I nearly died. You know what I mean? But I don't like. It's only now, like through like reflection, like, things what I put my family through, the worry, the stress, like misery, the upset. Like I didn't used, like I said, I didn't care about myself or anybody else, but I do now. You know what I mean? I feel sorry for the stuff what I put them through. That's why I want to try and continue on a good path. And like network with good people and get support. Like I just want to try it, like because I don't. It's not nice, is it? You know what I mean? Like nobody doesn't think about like my sister having to travel overnight, like just be able to come and visit me like 4 hours away or get ferries and buses and boats, like the impacts it has on my family as well, like for this whole time.
yeah. I know. It wasn't until I went to prison and I looked back at my life and I was like, wow, my family, like my parents could have washed their hands from me from a long time back, you know, and they never did. And then that's why for me it was like, no, I've got to change now. When I went down and I saw that I broke my dad's heart, I was like, no, enough's enough. You know, and you reflect though. It's not until you go to prison and then you start working on yourself, you deeply reflect and you look and you just start thinking, shit, like we are been very selfish people.
Yeah, I have, yeah. And like addiction is a very selfish thing, you know what I mean? Like when I was caught up in the addictive drugs and all that and crime, like I didn't care about no one. I didn't think about who I was hurting. I didn't think about who I was robbing. I didn't think about nothing but getting my fix, you know what I mean? But now I've got a clear mind and I'll wake up and focus on doing productive stuff every day. Now I don't like wake up. I'm not a slave to the drugs. Like even though like I'm still a slave to the system, I'm not a slave to the drugs. I've got a good routine, good structure. Like I've got good support network, few good friends that I chill with. Like it's nice now. I'm like things are moving forward. You know what I mean?
No, it's amazing. I'm so happy for you because honestly, you really do seem like a lovely, genuine guy. Like, and Glenn as well. You know, and it's horrible. I think you just get neglected by the system, like many people do. And like you said, you know, you're not sat here going, "Oh, I should never have got a sentence." Again, you know, you take full responsibility for what you've done, and that's what frustrates me is you know, people have so opinionated, but they've never lived the life we have. And it's all right to have an opinion, but you can't have an opinion when you know nothing about our story or where we've come from or what happened to us. But this whole doing 18 years and then spending the rest of your life like on license is just, it's unhumane.
Yeah, it is inhumane. Yeah. But hopefully it'll be taken off. Like that's all I've got. Like that's all I'm left with is hope and faith at the moment. That's the only two things that are like, you know, like hope that it does get taken on, and faith in myself and faith in the people that I'm working with, and like that's the only thing I've got now. Like that's the only thing that I can control. Everything else out my hands. You know what I mean? Like I just have to go along, like go with the flow, and just let things happen naturally. Like I don't have like mad dreams, but I set myself little goals, little targets, and I slowly work towards them every day. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that's what's working for me now. You know what I mean? I don't want a fucking sports car and a like speedboat. You know what I mean? I know that I've got a long way to go. You know, like, but as long as I'm trying to make productive steps and do the right things in the right directions, things will come to me. And the things what are coming my way now is like really good, like being offered jobs and mentoring and things like that. It's really good. Things are coming good now. You know.
good. I'm glad. So guys, can you I will pin Nathan's YouTube on the comments, but I can't pin it until tomorrow because it doesn't let me. And we all go over and give him a sub and look out for his book. And you're on
Yeah.
TikTok as well, aren't you? So I'll pop that
Yeah,
on there as well.
yeah, I done a poem for Joe Outlaw. Like, was a guy like when they changed that thing like about the IPP, like he got on the roof of Strange Ways Prison, like and ripped 3 IPPs, like. So I done him a poem for him. I done him a poem the other week. I don't know if I got it. Hang on, I have a look in my pad. One sec.
Yeah, see, I want to hear it.
Yeah, so I done it on his page, Joe Outlaws. I'll have a look, see if I've got it. I must have it somewhere. Hang on. Hang on. I must have it because I've read it out.
Is your book going on
Oh,
Amazon? I'm being asked.
yeah, that's what somebody. Yeah, this is a set. That one set. I've got the poem. Yeah, right. So this is the poem I wrote. Yeah, about the IPPs. Up to court, you get your bird, get a sentence that you've no one have never heard. You're told I'd have a tariff, be eligible for parole, but this damaged me badly and broke my soul. People with pens were now in control of me. So I wonder what will be my destiny. Sent off to A cats, B cats, then C's, wondering and wondering when I'd be free. The mental torment I'd suffered in my mind, lost my family, my business, and everything behind. It was meant to be for bacons and high risk offenders. That's what they said, I can clearly remember. We are only small criminals who act like thugs, doing the crime to feed a habit for drugs. It's like they dangle the carrot, then take it away. your parole's been put off for another day. So we sit there in fear, alarm, and distress. Nothing we do is good enough, even if we try our best. The sentence got abolished in 2012, so why 13 years later are we stuck in under the spell? Just put yourself in our shoes. That when that's sorry. Just put yourself in our shoes. May never be free, entrapped on a sentence called the IPP. So I plead to the king and the highest courts. Get us off this sentence. Your mission abort. We are real humans and need to be free. So let your grip of us and the IPP, please. That was a poem I wrote
Oh,
for.
it's making me emotional. Hang on. You're taking me into feelings. It's just, I can't imagine you. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me have a word with myself. Sorry. I think everyone's like that. It's just that, I don't know, that just hit different and it just gave me goosebumps. And literally, it just lit, like, I can't imagine what it must have been like to be stuck in there. Like, I always knew I had a release date. Do you know what I mean? And then just to imagine, like, yeah, I'm speechless. I'll have a look at the comments.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry I didn't read it out that good. I'll send it to you afterwards.
No, you did. I hit every word I felt.
Oh, thanks for the comments, guys.
Everyone's absolutely loving you in here tonight. You know, and this is what I love about 99% of my group in here. They're so supportive, and people haven't been on our path, you know, but they just send so much love.
Yeah, man, it is sad. Like some days I do have a little cry to myself. Like I'm not afraid to admit it, you know, like because it is. I'm just a slave to the systems, not just me, like thousands of other people. Like, and when like if they do something about it, it can stop all these rooftop protests, people on hunger strikes, people cutting their wrists, jumping off of landings. Like that's the stuff I've been witnessing while I've been in prison because people don't care. Like they're lost. They're like, there's no hope. Like you know, like there's like we're just a slave, you know, to the system. You know, like that's why I'm writing this book. Like it's, I put my journey through the IPP, not indeterminate public protection. I put impossible prison punishment. You know what I mean in abbreviations, like because that's what it is. You know, like every day, like wake up, like especially when it gets like days to go probation, I get edgy. You know what I mean? Like stay in, like you know what I mean. It is. It's not good. You know what I mean? Like.
No, I know. Yeah, and sorry, everyone's just, you know, real men do cry, and crying is good. It is a healthy thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But now I'm in touch with my emotions. Like I'm not afraid to admit when I'm upset or I'm having a bad day. Like I had a bad day the other week when I got my medical records from when I went into a coma. I stayed in like for a few days, like because like it made me realise like that's where my addiction took me. Even though I just nearly died, yeah, from taking drugs, yeah, come out of a coma with half my legs missing, and I still took drugs again. That's the insanity of it, you know. Like, so I had to get myself locked up again just to get well because I couldn't get help in the community from none of these because it's called MAPA, multi-agency public protection. Like I was going and pleading to get help from psychologists, get help from nurses, get help. Like I was the only way I could do it was go and like prison for me was like a mark, you know, like on a phone, you got factory reset in it. Like I had to take myself back to factory reset and like go and learn about these diagnoses that I've been given, hypodelirium, post traumatic stress, because it's all good having all these labels, yeah, but they don't never tell you what they mean. So I went away and I've done a lot of research and I work like intently with the mental health team and the crisis team, like, and I've learned how to manage with my feelings, learn to manage with my emotions, and like accept that it's normal for me to feel like that because I used to get overwhelmed, cry all the time, and but like it's part of my mental health problems. But now I'm dealing with it on a good way, you know, like on a daily basis because I had to go and learn myself through getting all of the things off Wikipedia and stuff like that, how to deal with how I feel, you know, because there's not no, they get you to do all these courses like ETS, TSP, calm, victim awareness. They get you to do all that, but none of that don't deal with the feelings that you've got. You know what I mean? The emotional stress that you've got, like you've got to go away and learn. That's a sad thing. You know what I mean? There's not none of that stuff available unless you know in your head to go and look for it. You know what I mean? So it's a sad situation, you know.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I mean, this. Do you know what? Out of all the shit that's happened, I mean, at least you've kind of like found yourself, and you're in the best place that you've
Yeah,
probably
I'm
been in
happy
a long
now. I'm
time.
content. Yeah, I wake up content every day. You know what I mean? I'm not rich. I'm not poor. I'm nice. I'm settled. I've got everything I need. And I've got good people that I can reach out to, and like, I'm in a good place now, you know, like, and that's why I like your content that you're doing, because it's giving people a voice, you know, because nobody don't hear like what people really go through. Fair enough, I was a criminal, I've done robberies, I've done drugs, but nobody doesn't understand like the stuff what prisoners actually go through, you know. That's why I liked your page and got in contact with you, you know, for the comment, especially with like women prisoners. They haven't had a voice, like no one's not had a voice, like, and that's what the internet's now doing. It's enabling people to get their stories heard, you know, like, and hopefully like these people should be tuning into these podcasts, you know, the politicians and the doctors and psychologists. That's who should be tuning into it to understand the depths that it really takes you to, you know, just being incarcerated, you know.
Yeah, because some of these people have just got a degree and they got no clue, like a degree in like going into a
No
prison and
problem.
whatnot. But some of them have got no understanding. They're there to do a job and that's it.
Yeah, like
Um,
textbook counselors, aren't they? They're like textbook
yeah.
counselors, you know what I mean?
So I don't know how anybody stayed through. Well, obviously I do because you're absolutely amazing. But me speaking is doing my own head in. So if you guys want to ask a couple of questions, and then I think what we'll do is we'll wrap it up. But I'd love to have you back on again, Nathan, or maybe you do one with you and Glenn together.
Yeah, that would be really good, yeah.
Yeah, we could set that one up then, and then we'll do it for a different app, and it won't be. I don't know what's happened tonight, guys. I do apologise.
Well, I've got to catch up with the comments now. Why do you think knife crime is out of control? Like, I think that knife crime's out of control is because like certain like people are rolling around with zombie knives and think it's cool. You know what I mean? Like I've got a friend, yeah, that got chopped in the face, yeah, by someone with one of those big zombie knives. You know what I mean? And like he's scarred for life, you know, just from a silly argument. You know, like it's out of control, you know. But it's the shops what are selling them to people, and the internet needs to be more restrictions on stuff like that.
No, definitely, and it's just getting worse and worse.
I'm just looking for stuff. Yeah, that's right. It is a status thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm. To get used to the sound, I haven't.
What is that? How do?
Oh, how is everyone? You've joined a little bit late, Miss Laura. We're just about to wrap it up. So, guys, yeah, I will pin up Nathan's YouTube. Nathan, I am so grateful for you coming on.
Yeah, and thanks for letting me on the channel as well, man. If anybody wants to get in contact with me or anything, or they want to get together and try and get some campaigns going, you know, not for me, like who's outside, but for the guys that are inside, because that's the ones who are really suffering at the moment. The guys that are still stuck in jail, you know, and like they're suffering mentally and spiritually, you know, like that's the people that need the help the most, you know, the people that are still suffering inside as well, you know.
Yeah, 100%. It's been such an honour to have you on here, and your story is just, yeah. I mean, they all touch me. They all touch me in different ways. Um, yeah, Glenn said that he's up for that 100%.
Yeah, good, yeah.
what I do is I'll set up a WhatsApp between me, you, and Glenn when I get off, and then you guys can communicate anyway, and we'll set something up.
I'm in contact with another few people like that are still stuck on the IPP and like their families and all that. Like the more people that get together and the more awareness that's brought, like can try and put something together and get it to the places where it needs to be, you know.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll message. I can't remember her name. Mel, and I'll try and get a copy of the link. I must be able to just click her link and then copy and paste it and then pin it to this. I can pin it to the top comment. Yeah, I think isn't it like 4,000 and then it goes to the next level. She's got it already to the next level.
Yeah, all right. Well, because I'll go onto Mel's page anyway. I know her from Dovegate Prison. She's a nice lady, you know what I mean? Like my friend that's done that show, Terry Ellis, who's done the Banged Up and that. So like I know a few of those people that are involved in that little thing, you know.
Yeah, I jumped on a live with her once, and was chatting to her. She does seem really, really nice. So I'll get it. Oh, hey Steve, Crazy Steve's just jumped in here. We're just finishing it up, Steve.
Yes, Steve, what are you saying, mate? Right? He's doing some really good work as well. No, I've known him a long time, and he's just brought a book out, and like he's doing some really good stuff, you know, positive stuff, like him, and I commend him on what he's doing, you know.
No, honestly, I'm waiting for him to come on this channel. I've known him. Me and him done all sorts back in the day together. So yeah, we've known each other for quite a long time. Yeah, you have to check out.
Yeah,
Steve,
he's doing some good stuff.
Sorry, yeah, he really is. Steve, put the title of your book in. And guys, Alone with Crazy Steve.
Yeah.
Alone with Crazy Steve, go and give him a sub as well, guys. He's doing some amazing stuff, and he's had a mad journey.
Yeah, I've known him for a long time. Like we'd worked like along the journey, innit? You know, like I was only speaking to him the other week. He's doing really good stuff, you know, like but that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of positive content out at the moment. It's amazing making more awareness of like mental health and like there's some good stuff happening, you know. So if we can all try and work in coalition together, our voice will sound louder, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Glenna, can you pin Steve's comment? I don't know if you're able to do that. Alone with Crazy Steve's his book. I don't know how me and you've never crossed paths or not, like don't know of each other.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's mad. Probably because I've been in jail so many times.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, that was a really dumb comment on my behalf.
That's what I was thinking. We're both from Reading. How have we not seen cross paths? You know what I mean? In the same game and that, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'd rather it crossed on this path anyway. I'd rather it crossed on this path.
On a positive thing now, but like that's because we're very evasive. You know what I mean? Now we're being more transparent, and that's working better, isn't it? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's saying thank you, strength, love, and peace. They really enjoyed your story, Nathan. Both stay positive, keep doing what you're doing. Both good people.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Like, it's been a part of this today, and thanks for all your questions. I'm going to go back through the comments, and I'll answer some of the questions in the comments after if I can. You know. I don't know if you can do that.
Steve, love you, Steve.
Yeah, Steve, I'll give you a shout. I'll phone you tomorrow, mate.
Okay, no worries. Guys, thank you for tuning in, and anyone that's new tonight and that has subscribed, thank you again, and thank you obviously to all the old ones. Oh, thank you everybody, and thank you again, Nathan. Yeah, honestly, I'll set up a chat now and we'll stay in contact.
Okay then. All right, speak soon. Everyone take care. Stay safe, guys.
Good night.
All right, good night. Bye.